If you're a day trader with over $10,000 in your account and you know the value of taking a quick 5% take profit, this video is going to be perfect for you. I'm going to go over a strategy that has number one, very high volume, and also two, a very high win rate. I'm going to show you the back tested data. For context, my name is Andrew. I've been day trading for the past 6 years. And for the past 15 months, I've back tested over 3,967 breakouts and tracked over 15 different variables to find what truly has a direct correlation to win rate. The way this works is no matter what, I sit down at the computer from 9 a.m. till 12 every single day, and I track all the breakouts that happen from 6 a.m. all the way till 12. Because I'm sitting here at the computer anyway, I may as well track it. I track things like time of day, free float, market cap, so on and so forth, and over 15 different variables. And I track things like max percentage gain, so I know the best place to put my take profit, and max drawdown as well, because I'm a true firm believer in that I don't have a crystal ball. You don't either. I can't read the future. My one-on-one students don't come to me because they think I can read the future. They come to me because they want the back tested data. So the back tested data that I give them is very similar to this right here. So I'd like to preface this by saying this is a rare setup. This doesn't happen very often. This is not going to be your daily driver. These are the stats for it right here. Over the past 67 trades, 59 of them have run for at least 5% with an 88% win rate. Now, with that being said, guys, make sure you please read the disclaimer here. I'm not saying that you're going to get these results by any means. And if you're trading with over $10,000 in your portfolio, you probably know that the execution is completely up to you. But at the end of this video, you will see me actually executing this in real time so you can see what it looks like in real time to take this strategy. So the variables are as listed, guys. Make sure you write this down. So this happens between 9:31 all the way to 11. So from 9:30 a.m. to 11, that's going to be Monday through Friday. That's the time frame that you're going to be looking for this setup. And then also too, for the free flow, it's got to be between 10 to 50 million shares on the free flow. So the next thing that you want to go to is market cap. The market cap must be below 50 million as well. And then also too, the most important thing is going to be the dollar volume on the breakout. And I have a custom indicator that I put on Webull. I give this to all my one-on-one students that will actually tell me the rough dollar volume going through every single 5-minute candle. And I'll go a little bit more in depth and you'll get to see it in the live trading example as well. But the 5-minute candle must have more than $1 million in volume. All right, guys, bear with me. It looks like my camera died here, but I do want to walk you through a setup here. So go ahead and pull up ticker OMH, head over to the 5-minute time frame, and all the price action that you see, if you want to go back and scroll back to July the 24th, all of this is going to start making sense to you. So the first thing I like to do is just go through the easy things that I can easily see, which is going to be market cap and free float over here. So as a reminder, market cap must be below 50 million. This market cap is at 3 million. That's perfect. Free float must be between 10 to 50 million. This free float is at 22 million. So that's a check mark and that's a check mark. That tells me, okay, this is the right market cap. This is the right free float. What's the third variable that I need to look at? It needs to break out between what hours? Between the hours of 9:31 all the way to 11 a.m. So really you only have, an hour and a half window where you can look for this possible setup right after market open. All right, now what do I mean by breakout? So by breakout on the 5-minute time frame, what I mean is a 5-minute candle breaks above a level of resistance. Now there's a very specific way that I set breakout levels, and I made a full 20-minute long video breaking down all the rules and how to set breakout levels. I'll link it at the end of this video. Highly recommend you go check this out, because if you don't know how to set the correct levels, to be frank, guys, you're going to completely mess this up. And all of the back tested data that I just showed you is not going to be applicable to you at all. It's the number one way I see my one-on-one students completely mess up. They have the wrong levels until they start live trading with me and they're like, oh, okay, now I understand where I was messing up. I was setting the wrong levels. Which, speaking of that, guys, right now I have 7 one-on-one students. I'm looking to take on 3 more and get up to 10. So if you're trading with over $10,000 plus in your portfolio, you like the way I go about trading as far as back tested data and using historical data to make better decisions instead of trying to read the future, then it could be a phenomenal fit. You can book a call with me down below and we'll chat and we'll see if you're a good fit, and I can get you live trading with me ASAP. Once you have that level set, we get the pullback, and then from there, what we're waiting on is a 5-minute candle to break and close above our breakout level of 88 cents, which happens right there. Now, we've already identified that the market cap is below 50 million and the free float is between 10 to 50 million. Once that 5-minute candle closes above our breakout level, from there, all I got to do is go through and actually identify the volume on that specific 5-minute candle. And I do that with that custom indicator that I created that my one-on-one students get access to. But right here down at the bottom, you'll see dollar volume. And when I hover my mouse over this specific candle, you'll see that this number right here is $12 million worth of volume. So that 5-minute candle had $12 million worth of volume, which is well above 1 million. So it checks out perfect across all the different variables. Now, the specific thing that happened on this one was before this 5-minute candle could fully close, it actually got halted. And if you know anything about halts, you know you can't get in as soon as the stock halts, because there's no trades going on because the stock is halted, which means I had to get in at the open. So I think I ended up getting filled right here, ended up taking a quick 5% on it right there. And that was the trade in real time. So that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to show you the video of me actually live trading this with my one-on-one students. Enjoy, go out there, copy this, replicate it yourself, and let me know down in the comments if you see any success. Yep, OMH is unhalted. Currently bouncing. Remember on the quickie, all I need is more than $1 million on the 5-minute candle, and this 5-minute candle already has $2 million. So all I need is a 5-minute candle to close above our breakout level, and I'm going to be in a position on it. Oh, it just got halted right below the breakout level. That's hilarious. So if you zoom in here, you see halted right below the breakout level. So I count that as the candle close, which means OMH did not break out, which means we got to wait for it to get unhalted. It got halted at 947, which means it's going to get unhalted at 952, which means when it gets unhalted at 952, 5-minute candle is still going to have 3 minutes left before closing. And this stock can't even move for 30 seconds without halting. So what's going to happen is it's going to get open at 952. It's going to get halted before the candle closes. We're not going to be able to get in at the candle close because it's going to be halted, of course, which means I'm going to have to wait for the next candle to open. And I'm going to have to get in at a candle open, which I despise. But more than likely, that's probably how it's going to go. So make sure you have your stop loss, take profit turned on. My take profit is set to 5%. Stop loss is set for 15%. Risk are way greater than the reward. What has made this strategy profitable over the past 8+ months is the fact that it had a 90% win rate. I think after that last loss, it went down to 89%. It is 952. Yeah, just opened up. My alert went off for it. I'm not in. I got to wait until this candle closes. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The halt up price is 106. So if it hits 106, it's going to get halted. So keep in mind on this setup, I'm not zooming into the 1 minute time frame. I'm not doing any of that. It's just as soon as the 5-minute candle closes, boom, hitting the buy button. Like halt up price is now 112. Yeah, I think we just got halted up. All right, so here's the move, guys. 5-minute candle closed or got halted up, but that counts as a breakout in our time window. So this is the close. Obviously, we can't get in on that close. So what I do is I count entry from the open. So wherever it opens at, we will be looking for 5% from that open. All right, so which means you really got to be watching the stock here. It got halted at 953. It's going to get unhalted at 958. As a pro tip, remember, before you see candles starting to move, you will first see the quotes here starting to move first. It moves slightly before you see the candle on the chart. So as soon as I see these numbers start to move, I'm going to be hitting the buy market button with my stop loss and take profit already set. As soon as I get filled, I'm going to check the levels of my take profit to make sure my take profit is actually at 5% plus, because a lot of times on halts, they move quick. And I want to make sure I try and get the full 5%. So I'm going to first check my take profit and make sure it's 5%. And then I'll check my stop loss as well. So we will be getting in as soon as the candle opens, guys, as a reminder. So should get unhalted 958. As soon as I see these numbers start moving, I'm going to hit the buy market button. And I already have my stop loss with the blue check mark. I have my TP with the blue check mark. I think this one's going to be a 10-minute halt. Oh, no, I'm in. What is going on? Okay, it didn't get me in at first, but then it just did not hit take profit just yet. It opened up right there. Oh, no. God damn it. Where's the open at? The open's right here. So take profit should have been, got my take profit at 109. All right, I'm out. It filled me a little bit higher. I only got like 4% on that one, but I am out. When I sit down at the computer at 6 a.m. EST, the very first thing that I'm doing is mapping out the high for the day. If you made it this far in the video, I know you care about your trading. You want to take it to the next level, and I want to challenge you to go down there and apply for one-on-one training with me right now. I've backtested over 3,900 momentum stock breakouts, tracked over 15 different variables, and I have found 5 setups that have averaged around a 65 to 70% win rate. And I want to show 5 more students those exact setups. I want you to trade live with me every single day, and I want you to stop guessing and actually start making decisions based off historical data. You work hard for your money, which means you don't want to gamble it. If you want to gamble your money, go to the casino, you sit down in front of the charts, you want to make good decisions for yourself and for your family, which means you need the historical data. I'll show you my system. These are going to be one-on-one calls. You'll be working with me directly. So if that sounds beneficial to you, go down there, apply for one-on-one training right now, and I can get you live trading with me ASAP as soon as tomorrow. Talk to you soon. And I'm looking to start taking trades after 7 a.m. EST. After 7 a.m. EST, I look at YCBD and the high is right here at 97 cents. So I'm waiting for a break above that level on the 5-minute time frame. So as this bad boy starts breaking out right here at 8:05 a.m. EST, I'm looking at the free float and the market cap, which is right over here. Market cap's 11 million, free float 7 million. Both of these need to be below 50 million for the green light special to be effective and for it to work out. The price also needs to be below $20. So I immediately see that's good. So price is good, market cap is good, free float is good. I go over to the profile, take a look at the United States. Oh, okay. And we're from the United States. That also looks good. So all I need for this bad boy to do is break out above that 97 cent level. And as this 5-minute candle is closing, I'm looking for two things. I'm switching over to the 1-minute time frame right here. I'm zooming in. And as it's breaking out right here at 8:05, I need that 8:05 a.m. candle to close green because that's when the 5-minute candle closes. So I need that 1-minute candle trending green. And then I also need this next 1-minute candle to close green as well. As soon as that next 1-minute candle right here closes green, that gives you confirmation of an entry. As soon as this candle closes, I'm over here, buy it, ask, immediately tapping that so I can get filled in pre-market. I'm using anywhere from a 15 to 20% stop loss, and I'm typically going for 10 to 15%. Those are the best take profit. This is the green light special breakout, guys. Again, okay, what are we looking for? A stock that established a breakout level. That breakout level was established right here on this red candle. We get the pullback. The stock tries to pop above it, but gets rejected here. 5-minute candle never closes above that level, so I don't count that as a breakout. Continues to pull back, bottoms out right here. This 5-minute candle finally closes above that level. This is important because this 5-minute candle close is where we do all the measuring from. Once this 5-minute candle closes, this was before my trading window of 9 a.m., which is fine, so I don't play the breakout. But what you'll notice is this stock did make a strong move to the upside all the way to 1023, which is over a 17% move. Once the stock does that, that is the first step in the process. Now after that, I want it to pull back to within 5% of this level right here, which this stock did right here. All right, and then now after that, we wait until 925 to make sure it can hold above this level and not make a new high. And if it can, we do a 5% buy limit order from where the 9:25 a.m. candle closed, and it just closed. 5% below that is gonna be right at 854. So I'm putting a buy limit order at $8.54, guys. When you go to buy trade, make sure it's order type limit, put in your dollar amount, put in your limit price, trading hours, include extended hours. I help you guys set up your default settings, so all of that should be good to go. Then all you got to do is hit the buy button. And now I have a buy limit order set at $8.54. When I do get filled, going into market open, I'm going to set my take profit right up there at 940. It says 939, but I'm going to put it at 940. Stop loss is going to be down here at 762. $2.5 million worth of volume in the first 30 seconds on NAMI. NAMI have not been filled yet. My buy order is still at 854. It just got tapped. I am in on NAMI. I'm setting my stop loss now and my take profit. All right, switching over to CELZ. I'm protected to the downside, and I have my take profit on NAMI as well. So CELZ, oh man, this thing is booming. Slow down, baby, slow down. We got 2.5 minutes left on this current 5-minute candle. Looks like I just got filled on NAMI. Yep, take profit just got hit on NAMI, guys. Just barely tapped it. Did you guys get filled on that? It filled my order. I had it at 940. Yep, you guys should have got filled. We hit a high of 947 right there. Nice. Jim got filled on NAMI. Jake got filled on NAMI. Nice. Eris got filled as well. Sweet, guys. Great job executing today. Great job. Great job. Marianne feeling hit. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Great job, guys. Again, with just making sure that the take profit is in the perfect spot. Take a look. I mean, oh my goodness. It just got completely rejected. Thank God we didn't get greedy. Every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m., I live trade with my one-on-one students. And my system is backed by over 3,900 momentum stock breakouts that I have back tested over the past 15 months. And I've tracked over 15 different variables like time of day, free float, market cap, so on and so forth, to find what truly has a direct correlation to win rate. Because I don't have a crystal ball, you don't either. So the best way that I can make the best decision for myself and for my family in the moment is to base my trading decisions based off of historical data. And by going through that over the past 15 months, I found 5 setups that have averaged a 65 to 70% win rate. And if you're watching this and you've tried a couple different mentorships or you've been trading for a few months and you can't get it together, I guarantee you I can have you trading this system in the next 14 days. I'm looking to take on 5 more students. So if you're interested in that, you have a portfolio that's at least $5,000. Most of my students have more than $10,000 inside of their account. Click that link down below. You can learn a little bit more, but I'd love to teach you this system over the next 14 days. With that being said, enjoy the video. What's up, boys and girls? It is 6:59 a.m. EST. It's time to clock in. Let's make some money today. And the very first thing that we got to do, guys, is we obviously need to be setting our breakout levels. So in this video, I'm going to show you my morning routine. At 7 a.m., I'm going to go through every single stock, set every single breakout level. You're going to get a ton of value from this video. So do yourself a favor, do me a favor, grab that paper and pen. If you got kids, put the kids in the closet so you don't have any distractions. Read the disclaimer down below and let's go ahead and dive straight in. A couple things here. Number one, make sure you're in the right account. Make sure you're in a cash account. Number two, you can go ahead and unlock your trading as well. And then number three, we want to start looking at the top gainers list. Guys, if we're going to trade on a consistent basis, we need to know exactly what stocks that we're going to look at. All right. So over here on the top right-hand corner, make sure you're on top gainers. Then make sure you come over here. Make sure you're filtered by pre-market. Okay. Once you're at this level, now it's 7 a.m. Now what I want to do is start mapping out some breakout levels. So down here at the very bottom, make sure you're on the 5-minute time frame, which we are right now. And then for me with TMDE, what I noticed is this stock has already made multiple run-ups. It's had multiple pullbacks and multiple run-ups. All right. So if we just take a look at what time this very first pop right here happened, this was all the way at 4:05 a.m. Now remember my rules. You should already have this in your notes. I don't count any of the breakouts that happen before 6 a.m. So a lot of times my students would be like, well, Andrew, if we are mapping out a breakout level, then technically this was the first red candle. This was the first breakout level. This stock broke out at 4:15 a.m. EST. It happened before 6 a.m. I don't count it. Okay. So now I'm looking, and I'm coming to where is the 6 a.m. candle? All right. So the 6 a.m. candle is right here. So all of the price action before this candle right here. So all of this was before 6 a.m. So right here at 6 a.m., what was the high? The high was this level right here. So this is the highest point that we've reached as far as body of the candle. And then this is our pullback. So for me, this would be my level. Okay. Because when I first started tracking everything, guys, I used to sit down at the computer at 6 a.m., which means when I sat down at the computer at 6 a.m., I would be seeing only this. So you can see how I would easily map that out as a breakout level. All right. And then as you can see, this stock just recently broke out, and the time that it broke out was at 6:25 a.m. EST, where this 5-minute candle closes above this previous high. What does that tell me? That tells me that I count that as the very first breakout. And that also tells me that I'm probably not going to be trading TMDE today unless it gives me one of my other setups. I'm definitely not playing the breakout because the breakout already happened. Now, as you can see, this stock has pulled back again and it broke out again. And remember, guys, I only play the first breakout. So this stock already broke out. So I'm probably not going to be trading this again unless it gives me some type of pullback opportunity. So for TMDE, this is very easy for me. I'm just going to take this one off the list. Also, if we take a look over here, a couple other things that I'm looking at is the market cap and the free float. The free float on this bad boy is 3.5 million, well below 50 million. So I would trade it if it hadn't already broke out. Market cap on it says 24.98 million. But remember, market cap increases with the price increase. So really that market cap has increased by 74%. So that market cap is sitting around 40 to 45 million right now. Okay. All right. Let's move on down to the next one. The next one is going to be SELX. SELX, if we take a look at market cap and free float, market cap is at 15 million. You need to increase that by 70 million because remember the market cap, for whatever reason, Webull does not update that in pre-market. So the market cap is really sitting around, again, around like 35 to 40 million. Free float is 17 million. Both of those are below 50 million. So this could be a possible play for us. So now what I'm looking at is we've made all of this move. Down here at the bottom, you can take a look at the time and day. You can see that this was all after hours yesterday. Don't really care about any of that. All of that was after hours, okay? This is when we popped. This was our first pop right here as soon as the market opened at 4:05 a.m. And then after that, we've just been pulling back. So when I sit down, I map out the highest level, This was the highest level right here. This is going to be my breakout level. Now, as you can see, since we set this level at 4:05 a.m., we've just been pulling back. We tried to pop up, but we did not close above that level. Pulled back again, and now we're trying to move back again. So now at this point, this is 100% my breakout level. I'm going to right click, create alert at that level, come over here, news and movement, include extended hours, save. Boom. Okay, let's move down to the next one. Next one's going to be TURB. First thing I'm looking at is market cap and free float. Free float is at 3.6 million. That's good to go. Market cap's at 28 million. Now that market cap has increased by 54%, which means that market cap is sitting at like 42 million, which is still below 50 million. And also too, guys, I do the math in my head, but what you can have is you can have ChatGPT pulled up and you can say, chat, the market cap for this stock has increased by, or increase a $28 million market cap by 55%. And it'll tell you. Use AI, guys. Use ChatGPT if you don't. I have it on my phone. I also have it pulled up on my desktop as well. If the numbers are really, really close, I'll use ChatGPT to help me out and give me the specific numbers. But most of this math I'm doing in my head, right? Big thing that you just want to make sure is that the market cap is below 50 million, all right? So for TURB, we take a look here, and this pop happened at 4:05 a.m. We get our first red candle. So you may be saying, well, Andrew, this was the breakout level. But remember, this stock broke out at 4:40 a.m. EST. I don't count any breakouts that happened before 6 a.m. So let's find the 6 a.m. candle. The 6 a.m. candle was right here, okay? So you can see if I sat down at the computer right here at 6 a.m., it's very easy for me to map out my high, map out my breakout level. This was the high. We get the red candle pullback, and this is my breakout level. So now at this point, you can see that this stock is just continuing to pull back. So this stock is not broken out yet. So what do? Right click, create alert at that level, bring news and movement over, click on include extended hours. And yes, you have to do that for every single alert. All right, then we move down to the next one. First thing that we're going to look at for GV is we're going to take a look at the market cap and free float. Market cap's at 1.1 million, increased by 40%, still super low. And then pre-market for the free float is at 5.4 million. Okay, so this one is obviously a lot choppier price action. It's been chopping kind of sideways. So the first thing that I want to identify is, okay, where is the 6 a.m. candle? The 6 a.m. candle is right here. So if I just drag that over, if I would have sat down at the computer at 6 a.m., this was all the price action that I would have been able to see. Okay, so it's very easy for me to map out what would have been my breakout level. My breakout level would be right here. Remember? Because, I mean, technically, this would have been your first breakout level, and it broke out right here, but that was in after hours yesterday. That was before 6 a.m. EST and pre-market, so I don't care about that. I care about what was the high right here, and that was it right here at 0.3084. And as you can see, we've pulled back, and we've tried to test that level, but a 5-minute candle has not closed above that level. You can actually see on this 5-minute candle, we closed right on the line. And when this happens, I do not count it as a breakout. I want to see a clear candle close above my breakout level. So now at this point, we've started to pull back. So what I want to do, very simple, right click, create alert at that level, news and movement, include extended hours. Okay, all right, next up, we're going to go to BATL. So the first thing that I want to do is take a look at the market cap and free float. Market cap's at 77 million. So I know I'm not going to be trading this stock because the market cap is too damn high already. Also, by the way, if you see lines on these stocks, these are previous lines that I've had. A lot of times these stocks show up multiple times on the top gainers list, all right? TPET, market cap at 21 million. It's increased by 29 million here in pre-market. So that's sitting around like 35 million, which is fine, below 50 million. Free float is at 9.7 million. Okay, let's find the 6 a.m. candle. The 6 a.m. candle is right here. I'll drag that over. So this is the price action that I would have saw before 6 a.m. Well, let's map out the high. Very simple. The high is going to be right here. We put our horizontal line at the body of that candle, and it's very easy to see where our breakout level is. And as you can see, we've pulled back. And we're actually getting really, really close to a breakout. Actually, it's testing that breakout level right here, and it might break out in this current 5-minute candle. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my tracker. More than likely, this stock is going to break out. So I'm going to watch it here for the next 5 minutes or so. And if that stock breaks out, I'm going to make sure that I put it on my tracker. I'll put it that it broke out at 7:10 a.m. And remember, I only take first breakouts, which means if this stock breaks out right here at 7:10 a.m., I will more than likely not be trading TPET today unless it gives me some type of pullback opportunity. So for me, If a stock breaks out before 9 a.m., then typically the win rate is super inconsistent. It's almost like a coin flip. And the highest win rate is going to be breakouts that happen between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The big thing I want you guys to realize is that I don't trade second or third breakouts. So it's important for you guys to be able to identify the first breakout that happened. So if this stock, this 5-minute candle closes above this level and it happens before 9 a.m., I'm no longer going to be trading any type of breakouts on those stocks. Okay. So it looks like we're pulling back right here. So what I'll do, since the stock is pulling back, I'll go ahead and right click. I'll go ahead and create an alert here as well. News and movement, include extended hours. Let's move on down to the next one. So EONR is the next one. This is a $40 million market cap, and the pre-market, right, or the free float is also 40 million as well. Now remember, this market cap increases with the price increase. So this is the way it looks like. So this one would be super close. So I have ChatGPT pulled up. You can also download the app on your phone. I highly recommend you do one of the two. And I'll say, hey, chat, increase a $40.18 million market cap by 21%. And then I click the check mark, and now it's going to do the math for me. So the market cap currently right now is going to be as 48.62 million. So that's with the current price of where it's at right now, which is at 97 cents. But what I need to do is I need to map out a breakout level. So let's find the 6 a.m. candle, which is right here. We pull that. So all we can see is these levels right here. And I can see that this was a breakout level. Did we break above that after 6 a.m.? And the answer is no. So the high is going to be right here at this level right here, 101. Now, the question is, how much is this stock going to be up at that breakout level? Because that's what matters, right? So it's sitting at $48 million market cap at 97 cents. But what's the market cap going to be if this stock actually breaks out up here at 101? So what I want to do is go from the previous close, and I want to measure up to that breakout level. And I'll see at that point, the stock will be up 26%. So instead, I come over here to chat, and I say, hey, chat, I want you to take that $40.18 million market cap and increase it by 26%. Click on the check mark, click on send. And I can see that the market cap is going to be right above 50 million. The answer is 50.63 million. So that's right above 50 million. That's right on the line. But I will tell you, I do try to be as strict as possible. So since it's slightly over 50 million, I will not be taking EONR. So in this scenario, you wouldn't even set an alert for it. You wouldn't do anything if this stock breaks out because the market cap is a little too high. I wouldn't be trading it. Now, in the live streams and the live trading session, guys, you might see me making an exception. And the only way I would really make an exception is if like the stock was like number one of the top gainers, like on the top 5. And then also number two, if that free float was a lot smaller. If that free float was below 10 million, I might be more inclined to make an exception for it. But since the free float is pretty high, it's at 40 million, like it's very close to our 50 million cap, I'm probably just not going to take this one. Like it's not worth it, because if I get into this stock and it's a loser, I'm going to say, man, I shouldn't have taken this fucking stock. Like the market cap was above 50 million. This is not my setup, right? And that's what drives me crazy. So I try to be as strict as possible, all right? Next up, we have ANNA. Market cap is at 483 million. I can go ahead and eliminate that one. Next up, we got FRGT. So FRGT, not quite sure why Webull has this on the top gainers list. It's only up 2%. As you can see, there's no price action. So we're going to go down to the next one. The next one is RBNE. RBNE, market cap's in at 14 million. Increase that by 16%. Still well under 50 million. Free float right here is at 6 million. So I come over to the chart, find the 6 a.m. candle. 6 a.m. candle was right here. So this is what I would have saw if I sat down with the computer at 6 a.m. Obviously, this could have been our first level, but this breakout happened at 5:10 a.m. So I don't care about that one. So I'm only mapping out the high right here. So this is the breakout level at 255. As you can see, we pulled back. We're starting to round a little bit here. So I'm going to right click, create an alert at that level. Boom, news and movement, include extended hours. Okay. All right, next up, we got REE. Now, sometimes you will see on the top gainers list, especially the lower that you get, you'll have stocks that look like this, that have absolutely no volume whatsoever. And somehow they ended up on the Webull's top gainers list. Like, there's no price action. There's nothing for us to map out here. You're just going to skip that one and move down to the next one. All right. Same thing in this scenario, SLAI, no price action. There's nothing to map out here. Okay. Now, next up, we got GSAT. So for GSAT, let's find that 6 Orwell number 1. Let's check the market cap and free float. Market cap is 8.8 billion. Oh, well, so let me move myself up a little bit higher right here so you guys can actually see. So if we take a look right here, GSAT 8.8 billion. So we can eliminate that one. GLBS, this market cap is 46 million. If you increase that by 12%, market cap is too high, so we can eliminate that one. BIVI, as you can see, there's absolutely no price action whatsoever on this stock. Ignore it, skip it. Next one is going to be GBR, and GBR is currently up 12% with almost no volume. So for me, I have my volume indicator down here at the bottom, so you can see, like, for example, this 5-minute candle had $1,000 that flow through it. So like, there's not really anything going on with this stock. Now, if I measure from the previous close, this level right here would only be up 15%. So even if it comes up here, like, I could technically map out this level as a breakout level, but that level is only up 15% from the previous day. I need that level to be up at least 17%. So for GBR, just going to skip over that one. Super low volume. It's going to need to continue to run higher for me to set a breakout level, right? Next up is ACU. Market cap's way too high. There's no price action. GITS, same story. And as you can see, the lower that you get, guys, and this is why I don't trade stocks that are below 17% for the day, is because take a look at all these stocks. There's really no price action. There's really no volume, right? Now, DLXY right here is a good example of something I would set an alert on, because this stock had a pop right here early in pre-market, and then it took a poop, right? Right now it's only up 9%, but if we get back up to this level, if I measure from the previous close, I can see that this level is up over 46%. So if we would have been up at 535, this stock was one of the top leading gainers. So what we do want to do is set that high right there, because it happened before 6 a.m. This is the 6 a.m. candle. So if you would have sat down at the computer, this is all the price action you would have saw. Set that level right here, right click, create an alert at that level. News and movement, include extended hours, okay? So what I typically do is I go through the pre-market top gainers one more time, just double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. But also what I like to do is go from pre-market up. So up here at the top right-hand corner, instead of going to pre-market, I also like to take a look at after hours. These are all the stocks that made big move in after hours. And a lot of times there's going to be some like stocks that you saw in the pre-market top gainers that are also on this list. So I always just like to make sure I go through this list as well, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because sometimes you'll have stocks like this that make big moves in after hours, and then they just pull back all of pre-market. But then after market open, sometimes these stocks, they end up breaking out. So for me, I'm setting my breakout level, which is going to be this high way over here. So if we find the 6 a.m. EST candle, the 6 a.m. candle was right here, which means this is all of the price action. This is clearly the high right here. So I'm going to set an alert on that. Right click, create alert. And a lot of times this is why people miss breakouts, because they don't come to after hours and they don't map out these stocks like I do. And then these stocks end up bouncing back, and then they're caught off guard because they never had an alert on them, okay? SKK, no price action. GSAT, that's $8.8 billion market cap. We're going to skip that one. GLBS, that market cap is going to be higher than 50 million. This one has no price action. This one has no price action. No price action. AGPU, this is one that we should have traded yesterday that I missed out on, that I was pretty pissed about, but it is what it is. It won't be the last time I miss a trade. So right here, this was clearly the high. So let's break it down step by step. So this is going to be the 6 a.m. candle right here. We pull that over. We can see that this is clearly the high right here in after hours. So I count after hours and pre-market. Don't even worry about the previous day price action. This is very clearly the high. So we want to make sure we right click, we create an alert at that level as well. Okay. As you can see, like, I'm pretty much alerting any stock that has moved big in after hours or pre-market. I'm going to have an alert set on it at the high. That way I get alerted on any of these stocks if they break out. CNTB, this one did have some price action, but you can see that the market cap is 152 million. So I'm going to skip out on that one. All of those market caps are no good. MRNO. This one, if we count measure from the previous close, this level right here is only up 15.65%. So no matter what, this stock is going to have to move more anyway, and currently it has no volume, so I'm not going to set any levels on that. And that's it, guys. And then I switch back over to pre-market, and then I start watching the market. And then from there, now I have all my alerts set. I have all my levels set. So far, as far as breakouts, we've had TMDE that broke out right here at 625. So I've already counted that one. And then the other one that was super close to breaking out was TPET when we were watching it, and it did end up breaking out. So TPET ended up breaking out right here at 7:10 a.m. This 5-minute candle closed right there, right? So I counted that one as a breakout. That one's on my tracker as well. And then now from here, guys, I'm just constantly switching back and forth from these stocks, and I'm taking a look to see if we got any new stocks. Like, you know, for example, SKYQ was not on the top gainers list literally 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago when I started this video. So now we can see that this price action started right here at 7:05 a.m. So let me measure that from the previous close. The previous close is right here. So this stock was up 21% right here, which means my breakout level was right here, right? Because the stock popped right here at 7:05. We get our first red candle. Boom. If I would have been watching this stock, this would have been my breakout level right here. And then currently, this 5-minute candle is breaking above it right now, right? So this 5-minute candle is breaking out at 7:20. So I'm going to come over here to my tracker, type in SKYQ. So since it's breaking out so early, I'm not going to be taking this breakout, obviously, because I only take breakouts between 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. The only way I'll ever trade SKYQ is if later on it gives me some type of pullback opportunity. Okay, so now at this point, I have all of my alerts set. So now I just constantly go through the top gainers list to see if we have any new stocks that are moving, very similar to this. I just make sure I stay on top of it. Well, for most of you guys, you don't need to be sitting down at 7 a.m. You can start sitting down at around 8:30 a.m. Give yourself at least 30 to 45 minutes to map out everything before we actually start trading at 9 a.m. Okay? All right, comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. You can see the total trades right here. You can see how many of them ran for at least 15%. Right here, you can see for 30%, for 40%. And then right here, I have a customized TP percentage. For me, it's like the most important thing is like, okay, number one, defining the strategy and what variables truly matter. Now, once I have the variables that truly matter, next thing that I want to identify is where is the best place to put my take profit on a consistent basis. And the way I do that, guys, is going to be this third section that I really want you to focus on right here, which is all the data that I track on a stock when it breaks out. And I don't cherry pick this. I track every single penny stock breakout that happens. So right here, you can see the actual date the stock broke out. You can see the ticker. You can see the breakout level that I put on there. You can put the time the stock broke out, where the entry should have been. This should have been your entry. And then right here, very important, what I track is what's the max percentage gain that I could have got while I was in this trade. Like if I sold at the tippity top, what was the max percentage gain that I could have got while I was in the trade? And then right here, I also track the max drawdown as well, which is so important because like risk management is arguably the most important thing in trading. So it's like, not only do I need to know where to put my take profit, but also I need to get a really good idea of like, what's my average drawdown? I have one-on-one students who come to me and say this. They say, Andrew, I use the stop loss sometimes, but I stopped using it because I used to always get kicked out of my trades. And the reason why is because you don't track the max drawdown. So for me, I track the max drawdown on every single trade. So I have a really good idea of exactly where to put my stop loss based on data, not based on emotion or intuition. Next up, we have market cap, free float, profit and loss on every single trade, calculated by the position size that I have up here in the top right-hand corner. And then also I have the dollar volume right here. Okay, this really breaks down the details of every single ticker. That way I can very clearly see that. And then down here all the way at the bottom, guys, is going to be the actual equity curve. So for me, like, I don't only want to know the win rate. I think, you know, having a 73% win rate, that sounds awesome. So if you take a look right here, 73% win rate. But this equity curve is going to give me a really good idea of like what it feels like to trade this on a day by day, on a month by month. For example, you may take a look at this and say, oh, Andrew, this looks amazing. And like, to be fair, this is an amazing strategy. It does look great. But also too, like, realize like right here in September, you would have been sitting at $6,150 in profit if you took every single one of these trades with a $3,000 position size. And then basically you had a massive drawdown here all the way down to $3,750 in profit. Now that was the biggest drawdown in all the past 8 months, all the way since August, but it's something that's important to know. So for me, I get a really good idea of exactly how this strategy feels to play on the day by day and on by the week by week as well. And from here, you can see the actual date when I started tracking this strategy was August the 8th, all the way up here to April the 2nd, which was updated on Friday. Today's Monday. Which was updated on Thursday. Today's Monday, so I'll update the numbers when I put those in today as well. Now over here to the right, also just to get a really good idea of like, you know, what is my expectancy as far as green days versus red days. Out of the past, you know, all the way since August, you would have had 55 green days. You would have had 22 red days. So just taking this one strategy, you are going to be green 71% of the time. And like, keep in mind, guys, I don't cherry pick shit. I track everything because I'm a trader and I need to know this information. So I had to go through a lot of different variables and filtering in order to find this strategy. And one thing that I want you to notice is that, you know, since August the 8th is when I started tracking this. There's only been 86 trades that have fit this criteria, which means there are going to be quite a few days where you take no trades. My argument to you is that you don't need to take more trades, brother. You probably need to take less trades. You need to take more quality trades, which brings me to my next point over here, which is this final table over here on the bottom right-hand corner. For me, one of the most important things is when you're trading in a cash account and you have less than $25,000 in an account, you really need to get a really good idea of how aggressive you can be with this setup as far as position sizing. So what I wanted was an ability to see like how many trades can I expect to take on any given day. So right here, if I filter or if I sort by, I can sort by the record count, which is the maximum amount of trades that you would have taken on any given day. April the 1st, like this was the first time that this ever happened in this strategy, but we actually had 3 of these breakouts happen in one day. But on most days, it's only 2. And that only happened one time, which was on April the 1st. If you have a $5,000 portfolio, right, and you want to get as aggressive as possible, that means your expectancy is that you can take about 2 trades per day, which means if you take your 5K and you divide it by 2, that means you can go into 2 positions with 2.5K apiece, all right? Which is going to be very hard for you on other strategies that may happen 6, 7, 8 times, because you might have to take that $5,000 and divvy it up, 5 or 6 times. So for me, I would prefer to be a little bit more patient, take less trades, and be able to size in with bigger positions, okay? Which is important to know. So up here, I can take my position size. So like, let's say, for example, with that in mind, let's say you have a $10,000 portfolio and you're watching this, and you're like, okay, so, this happens 2 times, per day. So that means I can get aggressive and I can go in with maximum $5,000 position size. So let's type in a $5,000 position size. And then from there, it's going to generate the total net profit that you would have made here over the past 8 months. And then what I'm able to do, guys, is I'm able to take a look at the net profit and really find out which take profit percentage is the best. So if I went for 15% on every single trade, I can see the net profit is 24,250. If I held for 30% on every single trade, I can see not only the win rate, but also the net profit. And then you can see from 15% to 30% to 40%, it goes lower and lower and lower. Hint, hint, it's typically not a really good fucking idea to hold these penny stocks for 30, 40, 50% gains. You'll get lucky sometimes, but on a consistent basis, it's not there consistently. Your win rate is going to drop really low. Now from there, I have a customized TP percentage because like I have my default settings at 15, 30, and 40, so I can easily identify and get a good idea of like on average, like what the right number is. And then let's say like 15%, I'm like, okay, well, what about 16%? Let me type in 16%. And then from there, it's going to generate the net profit. Net profit for 16% is 23,800. Win rate drops from 73% down to 71%. So you get a couple more losers right there. You don't get quite as much profit. So I'm like, okay, well, 16% isn't more profitable. Let's go up a little bit. Let's go to 17%. 24,000 profit, still more than $19,000 in profit. Type in 18%. We get a little bit more, 20,400, but that's still less than 15%. Let me go for 19%. Now we're really falling off. You go for 19%. Now your win rate drops down all the way to 60%. And then you come down here and take a look at the equity curve. Look at this equity curve. Guys, this sucks. You peak right here, and then you pull back, and it's a lot more choppy. It's a lot less enjoyable. So that's probably not a good idea. Let me try going down. Let me type in 14%. 14%, I have the same win rate as 15%. So if it goes for 14%, they go for 15%. So you're just losing out on some net profit right there by trying to go for 14%. Let's type in 13%. 13%, now your net profit is really dropping down. Right here, you're at 24,000. Now you go all the way down to 17,000. So going through all these different TP percentages, I can identify and say, okay, with this strategy, what has been most consistent on a consistent basis that's going to net me the most profit is a 15% take profit. And the reason why I love this strategy the most is because not only is this the most net profitable, but also by going down and taking a look at the equity curve of 15%, it's also very enjoyable. Outside of this one drawdown that you had right here, I mean, this is pretty damn steady growth. I mean, many of you would lie, cheat, and steal to get a portfolio growth that looks like this. So if you want to learn this strategy, you want me to help you identify, you want to live trade with me every single day, guys, click that link down below. I'd love to have you as a one-on-one student. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Top left-hand corner, you see where it has the heart icon, and then right underneath it, click on the one right below it.
Right here, stocks.
So over on the right-hand side, you see where it says tops in quotes?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to right-click, or no, for you, you're on a Mac, so you're going to double-click. I remember us having this conversation. Yep, boom, add a widget. Okay, and then go to all widgets. And then right there, type in order book. There you go. First one right there. You see where it popped up right underneath the search bar? Or just click order book right there, yeah. Yep, boom. Add widget. Okay, so this is where the part where you have to grab it and you have to drag it over there by quotes.
Okay, so where do I grab again? Do I grab like up on this part where
Yeah,
the X? Okay.
yeah,
And
you
so I'm
grab
gonna
it.
put this next to quotes, you said, right
Yeah,
here?
perfect. Yep, then let it go. Yep. Okay, now what you want to do, just exit out of the pop-up right there. Okay, so I want you to double click on order book and then click on duplicate.
You said duplicate?
Yeah, or copy order book. Yep, and then drag that right beside the other order book.
I'm gonna all right.
Okay, now I want you to double click on order book. Yeah. Order book settings, the first one.
Order book settings?
Yeah, and click on NBBO details.
What does that stand for?
National best bid and offer. This is going to give you the most up-to-date information on the opens and closes of each candle. Okay, this is going to make sure your chart looks exactly like mine. If not, your the information displayed on your chart will be slightly delayed if you don't subscribe to this. So let's go ahead and get you subscribed to two things. Number one, level 2 data. Number two, NBBO. So let's start with NBBO. So click on subscribe to NBBO right there in blue. No, it's very straightforward. You'll just make sure you subscribe to it. I would recommend you do that before Monday since you're starting off with a larger amount.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, the most important thing, like I said, I want to go over is like starting next week, I plan on like doing live trading sessions with you guys. Because what I found with my one-on-one students is like in theory, you guys will say like, yeah, it sounds great. That all makes sense. And then in practice, it's totally different when you're in the moment. So my goal is to get you guys trading by next Monday. But the most important thing that I want to do is make sure you guys know what buttons to click. All right. So do you guys like have a paper and pen, something you can take notes with or take notes on your laptop anywhere? Okay. So the first thing, guys, is I typically start my morning super early, but I don't start trading until 9 a.m. And I would highly recommend you guys do not look at the charts before 9 a.m. because if you do, you're going to see stocks that are making moves, and you're going to be you're going to be inclined to do something that you shouldn't do. You're going to like feel the urge to jump into a stock. So I trade from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. That's our time frame that we want to be trading in. What I really need you guys to know is from 9 a.m. to 9:30 is still considered pre-market. All right. And the reason why this is important is because we're not able to use all the same type of orders that we can do during market hours. So pre-market is like trading on hard mode. I only trade in pre-market for the first 30 minutes. After that, everything is after market open. It becomes super simple. So from 9 a.m. till 9:30, when I say I'm buying a stock, you're going to go over to Turbo Trader. So click on Turbo Trader. So in pre-market, you have to click on the buy ask button, which for you is that very first green button.
This one right here. Buy
Yes.
$10 at ask.
Yep. The most common mistake people will make during pre-market hours is instead of clicking buy at ask, they'll click buy at market. You cannot use a market order during pre-market. Your order will not go through and you'll miss out on the move. So in pre-market, always double check and make sure you're clicking on buy at ask. A couple other things is number one, you want to make sure your quantity settings is turned off. So you see right underneath the green button where it says quantity settings and you have that turned on with the blue check mark. This needs to be turned off at all times, really. I'll show you a little bit later on in the training section when we're going to use this, but for now, what you need to know is that quantity settings should be turned off at all times. So if there's a blue check mark on it, you want to click on that and turn it off. So what quantity settings does is it overrides your default settings for your buttons for your own Turbo Trader, which we will only use in one scenario ever. And I'm going to tell you about that a little bit later on. But that's a problem because if you override your default settings and then you try and sell, it won't allow you to sell, especially if you're in a losing trade. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But in the meantime, quantity settings should be turned off. Another thing that you should check in the morning time when you sit down and you're ready to trade is in pre-market, you cannot use a stop loss and you cannot use a take profit order. So right now, those are not turned on. It does not have blue check marks. So that's good. Okay. So those are the first two things. Quantity settings turned off, stop loss and take profit turned off. You always want to double check this as soon as you get to the computer in the morning as one of the first things you check. The next thing that you want to check is you want to make sure that you actually have your trading unlocked, because a lot of times you'll try and press the buy button and then your password will pop up and you have to put in your password when you're supposed to be actually buying the stock.
Here it says unlock trading. So that means it's locked right now. So unlock
Exactly.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing that you want to make sure you do, and this is super important, is you want to make sure you're on the right account. So all the way in the top right-hand corner, you see where it says individual margin. Okay. So in this scenario, you always want to make sure you go to the cash account. Once you have the cash account pulled up, you've unlocked your trading, you go over to Turbo Trader, your stop loss, take profit, and quantity settings is turned off. You now know you're ready to rock and roll. Okay. So go back over to Turbo Trader, Lauren. All
Okay.
right. So to keep this simple, from 9 a.m. to 9:30, you're going to click the buy ask button when we go to buy. Okay. To sell the stock in pre-market, you have to click on the sell bid button. Make sure you put that in your notes. Now, after market open is at 9:30. So from 9:30 a.m. all the way till 4, everything gets super simple. After that, instead of using buy at ask and sell bid, we're going to use buy at market and sell at market. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn on stop loss and turn on take profit, which is super important. So in every single strategy that I'm going to teach you guys, I already know what the best take profit is, and I already know what the best stop loss is. I've tracked over 3,300 of these bad boys over the past 15 months. So I know the best place to take profits. I know the best place to put stop loss, which means when I go to submit my order after market open, I want my stop loss and my take profit to go ahead and auto generate. Okay. So go ahead and turn on stop loss and turn on take profit.
Okay. Turn that on. Okay.
Yep.
And then
Turn it
you
on.
maybe turn on take profit.
Yep.
Okay.
And now you can see on your green buttons, you can see where it says stop loss minus 10, TP plus 10%. Okay.
Yeah.
So now when you put in an order, it's going to fill you at the current price, and you're going to have a take profit and a stop loss. So you'll be protected to the downside. If it goes down, it'll sell it for a loss. And if it goes up, it'll take profit for you as well, which means trading is now on easy mode, because all we had to do is execute, press the buy button during the right time. Everything else is set. You just got to let the trade play out. Okay. The trading during market open is super easy. Now, in the live streams and the live trading sessions for whatever particular setup that we're trading, I'm going to call out and let you guys know what the stop loss and take profit is. All right. I'm also going to make a cheat sheet for you guys that has all the stop loss and take profits for the different strategies that I'm going to teach you. So in the live trading session, I might say, all right, guys, for this setup, our stop loss is going to be 17% and our take profit is going to be 15%. You would click on where it says 10% and change that to 17. And then for take profit, you would change that from 10 and you would change that to 15. Right.
With every single trade, are you changing your stop losses and take profits?
It's all according to which setup that we're taking. So a lot of times for the take profit and the stop loss, it's according to how many shares are on the float. So how many shares are on the float has a big direct correlation to how far stock can run. So based on the free float size is going to be determining of where our take profit and where our stop loss is at. The lower the free float, typically the higher percentage that we'll go for. So it's all according to what setup we take. So it does change.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. I want to actually show you what this looks like in real time. It's currently 1:30 right now, so we can actually do a practice trade. So I want you to scroll up on Turbo Trader. So right now you have $100 as the default setting on Turbo Trader. We're going to keep it right there because we're going to do a practice trade right here. So right now it's market hours because it's after 9:30, which means you're not going to use buy at ask, or you're going to use buy at market. So the green button on the right side. So click on that green button. No, not that one. The other green button, the buy at market one. Okay, boom. Okay, so you can see over on your chart. So I want you to grab the chart and take it and drag it a little bit more to the middle. So if you just click on the chart and then move your mouse over to the left, you'll be able to see. Now, actually click on the middle of the chart. No, keep everything like it was. I want you to grab the middle of the chart. Like, yeah, exactly. And then just grab it and move it. Move the candlesticks over. There you go. But
Gotcha.
move them the other way. Move them the opposite direction. Okay. So now you see the y-axis where you can see the prices. So it goes like 17 cent, 0.1784, 0.1796 on the y-axis. Move your mouse up on that line right there. Okay, so that's how you can zoom in more. And if you pull it down, it's going to zoom out. Okay.
Which way do you prefer?
It's according. Like if I'm zooming into the 1 minute time frame, I might zoom in a little bit. But I like to see like all of the price action for the entire day. So I'll typically zoom out in this scenario. So you can see where your position is at. So right there in the middle, the blue thing on your chart, that's your position. So right now you got in at 0.1749. You're up 22 cents on this trade. All the way at the top where you see the target, that's going to be your take profit. So if the price was to go all the way up there, it would take profit for you. And then the one at the bottom, the red one at the bottom, is going to be your stop loss. So you're protected to the upside and to the downside. Now, the one way that I found my students fuck this up, and I want to make this very clear, is that like I'm going to teach you setups, and the whole reason of me teaching you setups is to take emotion out of trading. The problem is when you get into a trade and you're watching every single candle, you're going to feel a lot of emotions. And we're going to get into a stock and it's going to pull back and it's going to look like it's going to be a loser. And you're going to be very tempted to sell it early. or it's going to get really close to your take profit and it's going to pull back. And you're going to be like, holy shit, I need to go ahead and sell now before it keeps going down. You're going to feel a lot of emotions. My whole entire setup and strategy is based on not changing a fucking thing after we get into a stock. So just FYI, I never, ever, ever, hardly ever, 1% of the time will I ever change the plan when we get into a stock. Which means when I tell you 17% stop loss, 15% take profit, I'm not changing anything. I'm letting the stock play out. All right. In this scenario, for whatever reason, let's say you need to exit out of this position right now. All right. If you tried to click on sell at market, it's going to tell you that you can't do that. And the reason why is because you have a take profit and you have a stop loss set. The easiest way to get out of a stock when you have a take profit and a stop loss set is I want you to scroll down to the bottom of Turbo Trader and click on that flatten button. Scroll up a little bit right there.
Here.
Yep. Click on flatten. Yep. Click on OK. It's just going to ask you if you fully understand.
Now, what does that mean, flatten?
So flatten, what flatten will do is it will cancel your take profit, it will cancel your stop loss, and then it will sell your market order. Okay. So it will get you completely out of the position, which is super important. For whatever reason, if you need to get out of a trade ASAP during market hours, flatten is the button that you go to. Now, make sure you write this in your notes. Flatten does not work in pre-market. The only way to sell a stock in pre-market is to click the sell it bid button. Super important. Any questions on this thus far?
Flatten is to immediately get out of a stock.
During market hours. Correct. Yeah. And you won't use it too often because my setup and strategy is based on just letting your take profit and your stop loss do the job. But in some scenarios, like maybe a stock just chops sideways, it doesn't hit your take profit, it doesn't hit your stop loss. And then, 4 o'clock is coming up. And I always sell any of my positions before 4 o'clock EST because from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. is after hours. And in after hours, you can't have a stop loss and a take profit, which means I'm not protected. So I always sell everything before after hours. So for me, like if a stock doesn't hit my take profit and stop loss at around 350, 355, I'm hitting the flatten button and I'm getting out. It'll cancel the stop loss, it'll cancel the take profit and get me out of the position. Now, I've told you guys to always keep quantity settings turned off. There's only one thing you'll ever use quantity settings for. Sometimes during the live stream, you'll hear me say, guys, this is a very high probability setup. According to the historical data that I have on this setup, it typically runs for 15%, 80% of the time, which is a very, very high probability setup, which means I may want to go in with a higher position than normal. All right. In that scenario where you hear me say that, you would go over to your quantity settings and turn on quantity settings. So to give you an example, right now your default is set up for $100. Let's say instead of $100, you wanted to go in with $200 because I tell you this is a very high probability setup. You would click on quantity settings and turn that on. And then in the box, you would type in whatever dollar amount that you want to go in with. In this scenario, it would be $200. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just want to backtrack a little bit. So during pre-market, you do buy ask, and then as I'm looking at my screen right now, I see my stop loss and then take profit. The blue boxes are checked off. So during pre-market, they need to be checked or unchecked.
Unchecked.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to operate like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's exactly what your turbo trader should look like in pre-market.
Okay.
If you have stop loss and take profit turned on, I had a one-on-one student who did this back in December. We caught like a 30% move. And he was like, Andrew, my order didn't get filled. And then I got him to share a screen with me and he had a stop loss and a take profit turned on.
So always during pre-market, double check because those have to remain off, correct? During pre-market.
And I will tell you, that's one of the most common mistakes.
So after 9:30 a.m., do I manually put the stop loss and take profit? Do I highlight those, turn them back on?
Yeah, great question. So there will be times where we get into a stock in pre-market. Let's say we buy at like 9:15 and we have to hold going all the way into market open. So I actually want to show you exactly what to do in this scenario. So what you're going to do is I want you to click, since we're in market hours, I want you to click buy $100 at market again. So now in this scenario, you don't have a take profit and you don't have a stop loss set up. So you're not protected to the downside. And also too, you don't have a take profit. So if it goes up, you're not going to automatically take profit. So in this scenario, take your mouse and hover it over your position on your chart. So the blue rectangle, yep, you see where it says TP/SL?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that. Okay, drag down, just move your cursor down, move your mouse down. And that's your stop loss. And you see right there where it says estimated P&L and then it has like a dollar amount and then it has a percentage right beside it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all you would do to set your stop loss is you would click. So click on your mouse. It's going to set your stop loss. You could just click right where you're at. It's fine. And then now you're going to set your take profit. So you're going to take your take profit and put it above your position. So move your mouse up. Keep going. Keep going. Your take profit needs to be above your position. All right. Now you can see the estimated P&L. This is going to tell you an estimate of what you'll make if it goes to your take profit. Yep. You click on that. And then from there, you click on confirm. In this scenario, most of the time, we're already going to have this set up. So when we do a group order, your take profit and stop loss, just like you did the first time, it's going to be automatically generated. In this scenario, this is like we get into a stock in pre-market and we were not able to set a stop loss and take profit in pre-market. But now it's turned into market hours. And now we can set our stop loss and take profit. So you just move over to the little rectangle on the chart, and then you set your stop loss and you set your take profit from there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So click on the "Don't Remind Me Again" button. Click on, yeah, click on OK. Click on OK. Now you have your stop loss and your take profit set. You're protected to the downside. If it goes up, it's also going to take profits. There's another button. I want you to know what it does. You're not going to use it very often, but if you ever need to use it, I want you to know exactly what it does. You see right beside the flatten button where it says cancel all?
Yeah.
Okay, click on cancel all.
Cancel all current stock.
Yeah. So that button cancels your stop loss and your take profit. All right. So for whatever reason, like, I don't know, you put you're hardly ever going to use this, but I do want you to know exactly what that does. If you click on cancel all, it cancels the stop loss and the take profit. Now you can click on the flatten button and it's just going to immediately sell your position.
Do I flatten?
Yeah, flatten it. Yeah. So tomorrow, gonna pop quiz you guys on everything that we went over today to make sure it's stuck. And then after that, I'll show you some more advanced stuff when it comes to execution. And then after that, guys, we'll get into the real stuff, which is like the strategy, actually, when we hit the buy button, when we hit the sell button. Okay. Also, too, guys, if you click on live streams, like once I end this and you look down, you'll see the recordings. You'll be able to see the recording of this. So if for whatever reason you need to go back, you can put it on 2x speed. You can listen to it again. Okay.
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 Sounds
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to y'all tomorrow.